let's move on to InWorld. Let's go here. InWorld. We'll talk about this in a second, but they just yesterday, day before yesterday, announced this grant program where, like it says, they will potentially give up to $50,000 to build your AI game. We'll look into that at the end here. But what is this? So this is a kind of an AI chatbot, basically. And this will let you set up different personalities to talk to. And it uses various AI models. I think the main one is GPT-3, OpenAI. And it will basically take what you say to it and then generate responses to it based upon the different parameters, background. I'll show you in a second how this actually works. It has an emotion model, so you can actually make the AI angry or sad or fearful. There is personality traits as well. And it is free to start. We could actually roll through some of the pricing here. They are still working on this. We'll check that out real quick. So at the moment, everything is kind of done by time. So it is basically well, I'm not actually sure when the clock is counting for interactions. Right now, it looks like it is time the actual character is speaking. That is what's counting towards your minutes here. For the free version, you can make as many characters as you want, but it is limited to just one workspace, which I'll show you how that works in a second. But you do get 120 minutes plus 5 minutes per day, which is pretty good. I have not run into the free limits as of yet. I haven't done extensive testing on it. And there's also $10 and $50 with a half off for the first 3 months here as well. They are open to discussing these pricing changes. The service hasn't been around for all that long. I believe they just started up this year. So things are, looks, I guess. All right, so let's look at how this actually works. All right, so these are our characters. And A neat thing with these characters is that it is um, fairly tightly integrated with Ready Player Me. Uh, these avatars are all Ready Player Me avatars. They were created with that service, and it will automatically download the way your avatar looks when you set up the SDK and your characters. It just downloads them and will animate and everything. The lip syncing even works as well. You can kind of use your own characters. Um, it is not quite perfect, but I'll show you. I used it with the Unity Chan model, and it works okay. I couldn't quite get the lip sync working just yet, but they are still working on making that process easier. So let's look at what one of their characters is. So by default, you have this InWorld AI Wonderland. This is the default one. You can't really, well, you could create another one. But I'm on the free space, so I can't actually do that. You can rename it, which is fine. We look at the caterpillar. So, basically, if you wanted to change what the character looks like, you can just click here. And like I said, this is all powered by Ready Player Me. You can download this avatar, you can replace it, and it just goes through the regular Ready Player Me avatar setup. So whatever avatar you could make with that, you could use this here. Ready Player Me does not do random NPCs. So you do have to go in and manually create these characters if you wanted to use Ready Player Me. But so onto creating a character, we have a core description, which is basically like a high level overview of what this character is. This is just kind of the elevator pitch. This would be what you would give a voice actor on what like the basics of the character. We have their motivations here. Right now, you have two variables that you can use, which is the player, which is you, and you can also put a character in curly brackets here as well if you want to refer to itself. At the moment, this is single player, basically. So the system assumes that whoever is talking to it is the player. So if you wanted to put this into a multiplayer environment, that will present some challenges. So the identity, this is his name. You can give them pronouns. They have a role, their stage in life, whether they are babies or senior citizens, and like everything in between. There's also some alternative names if you want to refer to the character as like a nickname or whatever. You can add that here. The hobbies and interests. This is also will heavily influence what the character, what it actually talks about. This Wikipedia link is actually really cool. So you basically can give it any wiki page. It doesn't have to be the official wiki link. And it will use everything on this page to draw from while it is, generating conversations with you. We have emotions here, which is we got character traits at first. So you can just give it, the general personality of the character. This one is welcoming, inquisitive, experimental, and trippy. And then we have the personality. It is not quite the ocean model for personalities, but it's pretty close. Whether they're negative, positive, peaceful, aggressive, cautious, open, introvert, extrovert, and whether they are very authoritative or passive, basically. The mood is actually their current mood. The personality is kind of how fast the mood will actually swing back and forth. Generally, you'll want these to be pretty close to center. You don't want them to be too extreme. Because in real life, people are not that extreme. So, facts and knowledge. This is basically what the character knows. So, if you ask it a question, this is what it's going to pull from first. So, this is. I don't know if there's actually a limit to this either. Yeah, so this is kind of like its immediate knowledge. We don't yet have a way to add to this knowledge as the game is progressing. That is something that they are actively working on. I don't know if they said if that was in the next update or not, but it is something that they are looking into. We have the common knowledge. This is similar to the personal knowledge, but this would be something that everybody knows. We'll look into the common knowledge after we go through these. So these are just sets of facts that you can apply to multiple characters. So voices. All of these are fully voiced. We have a lot of voices here. The actual audio is not the best. If you remember when we looked at Replica Studios, it is comparable to that. It's a bit staticky, but it works. We can listen here. I hope this comes through.
Hello, I'm the caterpillar.
That's not bad. It is a little loud. And we can just change the pitch if we need to.
Hello, I'm the caterpillar. Hello, I'm the caterpillar.
That's not too bad. Generally, if you mess with the pitch, you'll want to increase the speed.
Hello, I'm the caterpillar.
And that's fine. So the dialogue style here is, like it says, it's kind of its default style. You can give it examples of what to say, which is probably, I would probably say this is some of the most important section here when you're trying to design what the character is actually going to sound like and act like. This will be important. So when you're doing this, is basically a script on what the player says and what the character is going to say, like in response. These are some experimental features that they are working on. So this will use some filler words like and the emotions here. This will reply with the emotional state of the character if you have this checked. So when you get a packet with the text that the character is saying back, it will have an enum for what it's actually feeling, whether it's joy, disgust, whatever. It'll also have the strength of the emotion, I believe. I think it is just strong and weak right now. And goals and actions is another thing that they are working on at the moment to be a bit more robust. But right now, you can create a goal and you can have a trigger for it. So we could have the caterpillar do something. What does the caterpillar do? We can say blow a smoke ring. Right, and then we can just add an instruction. We can also have it invoke a conversation or not. So you could just have them say something immediately when you have this trigger, or you can just have it say character. Well, that won't actually work if we just, because it doesn't actually do anything if we just say like blow a smoke ring. But we could say becomes angry. So if we do this, whenever we send uh, this trigger of blow a smoke ring to this character, it'll become angry. And then we can save. You know? And we can chat with our character basically at any time. There's not really a good way of sharing your characters around. They do have a Oculus VR like companion app that you can like test out your characters in.
Welcome to Wonderland, my friend. I'm the Caterpillar. How can I help? I can tell you all about Wonderland and the mind-blowing people who live here.
And I guess I can't turn that down. What do we ask the caterpillar?
I'm not smoking anything, Jew.
And then we can change the voice to. This is another thing. They probably need to put some kind of description or something here next to these people because this does not mean anything to me. Would use this other James.
Hello, I'm the Caterpillar.
Okay, and then we'll save. Also here, you can add the different scenes to we'll add the character to two different scenes. Kind of important. The characters can only exist in their scenes that they are in, and in the InWorld studio integration, you're basically in one scene at a time. Okay, so let's just look at some of the common knowledge here. And it's pretty free form, right? You just have its name, the core description again, and then just different facts about whatever it is you want it to know about. I mean, it's all pretty freeform, so you can just copy and paste, whatever descriptions you want for different various worlds and whatever is in your your story Bible. So for the caterpillar, just basic stuff, where it lives, who they work for, what they do, that kind of thing. And then this would also be what other players or other characters would know about this character. So if you were to ask the Mad Hatter where the caterpillar lives, it would tell you. Giant mushroom in the woods. The integrations that this can work with, Unity, Unreal, Node.js. They do have an example of a Discord bot made with their Node.js. I think it's on their Discord. We also have the Oculus integration. That's where the VR app comes in. I think that's just in closed beta or something like that. You just have to request access. And I think they send you the APK to sideload. And also the Unity Studio. I'll show you this in just a second. You'll just have to paste this into your Unity window, and that will give you access to all the characters that you create. This is Unity Chan that I made into a VTuber. Made her a chipper extrovert. Knows Kung Fu. And that's basically it. I didn't do a whole lot. I don't know what this will actually do. I don't think I ever actually used that. But she's just in the tutorial scene. I don't have any real knowledge for her yet. I didn't write any scripts for her. But we can see here. What's that? Okay. So in the InWorld demo here, yeah. Okay. So by default, you have this Celeste spaceship and Olympus theater. So we have these characters here that we can drag into this scene and talk to. Yoink. So the way this is currently working is our studio here. What the editor will do, because our avatar, I'll actually select it here. Look in the inspector. This is just a model. since this is a Ready Player Me model, it's a GLB format, and it'll just use the GLB importer to import this into Unity. And what the plugin will do is it will grab this model and throw it into this game object here as the armature. And then it will put all of its scripts on here for you. Also, you'll notice it removed UnityChan. That was here, which I totally forgot it would do. Hopefully that doesn't break all the other stuff I was doing with it. So yeah, what this does is this will put everything in your scene here and remove everything else. Basically, that's just to ensure that you are talking to everything that is in this scene and not in another scene. That would break everything. So we can around. Back a bit. So the forgot that is actually.
It's okay. We all make mistakes. If you want to talk about what happened.
I completely forgot that you are always listening.
Well, player, it sounds like you're going through a tough time. If you ever need to talk, feel free to reach out to me.
So she is kind of like a scientist type character. So the animator here is all built around the Ready Player Me animation avatar. It's got. Let's open this up. So it's got general kind of body language gestures here for when it gets some emotions. It will actually do some things here. And there are face layer. I think the face layer is just for lip syncing. I don't think it does face emotions just yet. Yeah, I don't know if half of these. actually do anything just yet. But anyways, you'll see up here in the corner, it'll tell you which scene you're in. And like it says, any characters not in here will be deleted. Something you need to keep in mind. So if we switch over into our Olympus, we can throw in Zeus. Zeus. Oh, why is that dude getting deleted? See. Zeus. Oh, that's messed up. Anyways. Not sure why he. See. That's because that's in the default ones I don't have access to. Okay. So what we'll do here is go back to our integrations. Copy. Have to get a new set. Keys after this. Log in. We just gotta paste in. There we go. All right, so we select our workspace, which is the only one we have. Key. And then we have our hours set of dudes here. And if I just throw in, these would have downloaded here in our avatar. Actually, if we change our scenes, it will download the other characters. Caterpillar in the caterpillar scene, our Cheshire Cat will download. Just want to download all these. We can. I'm not entirely sure if we can switch. I mean, we should be able to switch scenes in game. I am not quite certain the APIs to do that, but I believe it is in the doc somewhere here. Or let's see, Studio. Yeah, it'll just, there's a create scenes function you can call that will change scenes. But anyways, so we got our queen. So these will all, when you switch scenes, it will automatically download all of the Ready Player B characters. So if you wanted to add something on the fly, you don't have to push out updates for your new character models, which is super neat. And a white rabbit. Okay. So currently, switch back. So currently what this does is it is working entirely by the object name. So if I were to pull in this Unity Chan, which is the default RPM character here, it will grab him and throw her in here. That would there. And because it is just doing it by name, I can grab Unity Chan here, throw her in the scene, and it'll do the same thing. Yeah. So here we have this Unity Chan and this Unity Chan. And if we just hit play like this, you will see what happens here. This is the lip sync here, which I think I actually broke that the other day. It is Here we go. All right. So the reason Unity Chan was laying on her back is because this animator here is using the Ready Player Me animation avatar, which is rotated like at 90 degrees on the z-axis, I think. But if we just we're in our models, we have our Unity Chan avatar here, there, we get all retargeted. Can that one, sure, have those two here, delete them. All right. So now we can that's fine. Okay. Actually, a couple of things we need to fix. We don't have to worry about the InWorld Studio anymore for now. I guess one thing to, and I guess an interesting note, I guess, is that The InWorld Studios is using the new UI editor toolkit that uses like the XML and CSS kind of web style for making all of their editor UI, which is kind of neat. But what I need to do here is turn off some of Chan's stuff here. Face update. And the lip sync module here. I suppose we could look at this real quick. This is the OVR lip sync, which is it takes 15 blend shapes and matches that with the visemes that comes out of the audio. But Unity Chan here only has, let's see where, spine. Here. I didn't know that was a thing. Huh. But her mouth has different blend shapes. And I think these are motions. So she only has like 5 or 6 actual mouth shapes. And the like Ready Player Me ones, they actually have like 57. But OVR kind of needs the default like 15 mouth shapes. And for her, she only has like 10 total, which actually ends up breaking everything. So what we do is our index, I think it was 6 and 5. And that will at least stop these errors from happening. Or not. Where's that coming from?
I've always wanted to be an action actor in movies and games. And then I found out about VTubers, and I thought it would be really cool to become one. So I'm giving it my all to try and make my dream come true.
So it still kind of works. Wait, how? That tab keeps taking over everything. Oh, that's why. I didn't save it, I guess. This needs to be your mouth. What time is it?
It is 5:46 p.m.
Where do you live?
I live in the city of Tokyo, in Utori Foundation. Devin Otaku, who do you serve?
I serve no one.
That's good. You should always be your own person and not let anyone else control you. That's how you achieve your dreams. And speaking of dreams, my dream is to become a famous VTuber. So please support me, everyone.
I have no idea where that came from. But I really want to figure out the lip syncing. Not sure why that's not working, but we can also character we can also add something here for some additional motivations. We can say wants to save the world. And then we can just chat right here with it. So we don't always have to go back into game to test stuff out.
I'm fighting for the dream of becoming a famous VTuber. I also want to save the world from the evil forces that seek to destroy it.
So yeah, that happens pretty quickly. So I am impressed with that as well. And we can look into the actual code here. So most of the code here comes through the InWorld character. So we have the InWorld controller, and whenever you drag in a character, it gets placed underneath the InWorld controller. Your data and whatnot here, this gets downloaded from InWorld, and this has all the actual character data, which I think is this scriptable object here. So this is our, our name, our brain, which will download the actual workspace, the current scene, who owns it, and if there is a texture or avatar, any triggers or scenes. There actually should be a trigger there. So in in-world character here, that gets put on our character, our in-world character. We've got the different animations. The head animation is what was controlling where they're looking. And also, I believe it also controlled the facial animations. Or at least it will if it doesn't now. Same with the body. In-world character here, these the SPAF code here, this is basically the emotion set that will come back from InWorld with your, here we go, with the emotions. So right now, this is kind of the list of emotions that you can actually check for and their strength when you grab, when a packet comes through. And I believe that's all in this same emotion event. You'll have the actual emotion, and I think right now it's just these 6 types. Joy, fear, trust, surprise. And also the strength. We have our audio here. So this in-world instance, packet received and character change, these are the events, primary events you'll be actually looking for. So if you wanted to do something on, like on a character change here, so I think this is actually doing much, but yeah, it's just changing the body animation basically to, this just has hello and goodbye. So basically, if you change characters to a different character in the scene, if it is the new character, it waves hello. If not, it waves goodbye. The on packet events is when you receive a packet. And right now it is just handling the text, and there's a control event. I believe the control event is also where, let's see where that goes. Here, this is where you can update the text boxes that come in. And also, this is actually where all of the audio comes in, I believe. I've not dived too deep into the interactions. But the complete interaction here. And then it invokes the complete action there. Okay, here we go. This is actually where the text-to-speech starts and ends. Here, our on avatar loaded. This is where it is downloading the actual GLB file, like from Ready Player Me. Then this here is the audio capture and end audio capture. So this is where it's actually streaming the audio up to InWorld. And I believe this is also the reason why I tried to get Wit.ai, the Oculus voice SDK, to work with InWorld, and they do not play nicely together right now. And I think it's because they are both trying to listen to the microphone at the same time. And there should probably be a way to just have one capture the audio and then send it to both. But we'll have to look at that later. The check priority here, this is basically where it is when you have more than one character in the scene. This is how it decides who it's sending it to. Is basically who you're facing and who you're closer to. So you don't have to worry about clicking a button in order to talk. Which is good and bad, I guess. It will get complicated when we start doing multiplayer stuff and, you're talking to your friends on voice chat. How do you differentiate that from talking to the NPC shopkeeper? Okay, and then here's our load avatar and stuff. Reset character. This send event to agent, this would be how you go about triggering the goals and events here. So in here, we would create a packet that has a trigger in it, that barrel roll trigger, send that to the agent, and then the agent would then react to that, whether it is changing emotional state, triggering a dialogue option or whatnot. All right. We'll probably end up doing a deeper dive into the code maybe next month. I don't know what we'll end up doing then. It'll be the holidays then. But, oh, right. The grant. Let's talk about this real quick. So, like I was saying earlier, this is a grant program that they recently announced, like yesterday or the day before yesterday. They are basically accepting applications, which are basically just game pitches. So you will pitch your idea. They ideally would want they want a deck that has what your ideas are, maybe even a trailer or 3-minute video. If you have concept art, a demo already made, that would probably be even better. But they also have judges. Neil Stevenson, John Gate has been involved with them as well. He's their chief creative officer. You might remember him from the Matrix movies. He was their VFX supervisor. They also recently were a part of the Disney Accelerator program, where they worked on it's a droid creation experience that you have talking with various protocol droids and stuff in the Galaxy's Edge. I don't know if it's actually in the actual theme park or if it's part of like the Edge of the Empire VR thing. But anyways, guess it is about time to start wrapping this up. We'll be throwing this up on YouTube here in the next day or so. So if anybody has any questions or anything else they want to hear the AIs talk about, hit us up in the Discord or in the comments here. And yeah, I'm looking forward to digging deeper into this kind of AI field. And yeah, so yeah, that's going to be about it. Not sure what we are going to end up doing next month, but we are also prepping for Global Game Jam is happening at the end of January. When is that actually? Yeah, January 30th through February 5th. So yeah, mark your calendars. We'll be partnering up with University of Memphis again. So that's going to be a good time. So yeah, we'll probably end up doing a intro to Unity sometime between now and then, just to get everybody up to the same page and up to speed on all the latest Unity goodness that's been released since last year. Yeah, we'll have a link to our Discord and this project. Don't think there's anything in here that I couldn't share. Yeah, that'll be up on the GitHub as well. And I think that's it. So we will see you guys next time.